This is a funny one. I love learning new things too from traveling because I just like talking to people because we don't hide out in the dressing room. We don't hide out on the tour bus. We actually visit and make friends. And we met this dude in Derby, which is spelled Derby, but it's Derby, England. We were playing, and this dude was from the Air Force. I think he lived in Pittsburgh or something. But he's like, check this out. He's all, these crazy English. And he was being funny, talking shit about his friends that were standing right there. He's all, you want to know how they say aluminum? And they started all giggling or whatever. And I was like, aluminum. And he asked me, he's all, yeah, how do you say it? I'm like, aluminum, like tinfoil. I'm like, what are you talking about? Aluminum? And he's like, yeah, aluminum. And they're like, you mean aluminium? And I was like, what? I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, what? And I was like, aluminium. I'm like, all right. I could see why you would pronounce it like that because that's how it's spelled. But aluminum, but they call it aluminium and stuff like that. And it's Derby, even though it's Derby, but it's Derby. And when we went to the grocery store in Birmingham, I was like kind of confused. I was driving and I'm like, hey, I asked the lady at the grocery store, I'm like, are we in actual Birmingham yet? Or are we still in the outskirts? And she's like, you mean Birmingham? And I'm like, oh, Birmingham. Okay, all right, Birmingham. So I'm like, all right, I got to try to learn how to say these cities right because when we're on stage, I try to also show the respect by learning how to say a few words in their native tongue, even though England is still English, but they pronounce some of the stuff different.